or maybe a little bit more. It may just be 4%.
Yes, anything under 4, I would regard as light beer.
Yeah, well, I call that bat's piss, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants to drink?
They're just sort of waiting for the hit that never happens.
Exactly. Unless you've got a bottle of wine to help you along, forget it.
Yeah. Now, I can't remember this course that much.
Well, that means I've probably never played it either, unless it was on an online tour, but I can't remember it.
Okay. Well, I think it's not quite as bad as the course. There was a really narrow course I chose a couple of weeks ago. This is possibly on a par with it. We shall see. Oh God, 331, 325 yards. God, this is almost drivable. Oh.
Is he getting excited, Dave?
It's not bad. It's
Why
not
are you
a bad
excited,
line.
Dave? Oh, yes. Fantastic. Oh, it's going to be great.
What do you mean coming for the send-off?
No.
Oh, excellent.
Yep, and I cook him an eye fillet steak with some roast potatoes. It's fantastic.
Well, I bet it. So, when was the last time you guys actually saw each other?
Yep.
February.
Yeah, and we had a send-off planned, which was cancelled because the lockdown started on the weekend that our last send-off was planned, which was about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever. But it feels like forever. Well, they're 3 pretty serviceable drives, all done different ways. Well, let's see who gets the birdie before we make that call, Dave.
Well, I'm quite happy to be where I am.
Looks like Dave's pretty happy as well. That looks all right. Yeah.
It looks more than all right.
Wow. Oh, he's put us on the back foot already. He's hitting fairways and greens, Andy. Well, have you posted your second round yet, Dave? Oh, was that bad, was it? Wow. Well, that was gorgeous.
Which one? What? Which one? Round 2 as well. Right.
Yeah, well, your score was... What happened? Oh, no. You just lost it for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. An official dummy spit. Wow.
Oh God! He's... I'll tell you what, the way you're going, Dave, you'll not be needing a golden jacket, you'll be needing a bloody straight jacket.
Golden straight jacket. Yeah, I have a straight jacket, Andy. A proper one.
A proper one.
I'm going to have to send him that photo of me on the floor at the end of my 50th, Dave.
Please don't tell me you've ever worn it.
Yeah, I was in it at the time, and I wore it at the restaurant we were out at.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I insist that you send me a picture of this evidence.
All right, I shall dig them up, and I shall send you a couple. I'll probably CC Parkle because he'll probably rise to the bait.
This is an interesting little fairway. It must be what, 5 to 10 yards max at the choke point. So the question is, what do we go? Oh, I've got to go.
Look how easily reachable it is with a good shot. That's not a shot. Oh, you really made things hard for yourself there, Andy.
Well,
didn't that
you say that? It's only 231 yards out.
Hmm. Well, I'm going for that fairway. I reckon I can reach it.
I'm only just off the fairway. So
no, I've done the same.
Only worse.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, you got a cut glass crystal decanter if you hit this fairway. Is it? It's
straighter. It looks like it might. Oh.
It is. Look at that.
Oh, he's hit the narrowest fairway in the history of the game. Nice work, Dave. We'll see. Right. I'm going to maximise the loft on the 3-wood. I reckon I'm still a chance of getting there.
Wow.
Out there somewhere. Down.
Well, that's pretty decent as well.
Tough.
Well, if you... I was going to say you couldn't have had that much of a loss hit on that, Dave.
14%.
Okay. Yeah, what were you going to say, Dave?
I have. Yeah, beautiful 1.5 inch thick eye fillet steak today. Grass-fed Angus, black Angus beef. It was lovely. And the roast potatoes I made, because it was a trial run, Dave, for when you come down. They're the best I've ever made. I cooked them in duck fat, and they were just great.
Love it. I'll tell you what. One of the things we don't often talk culinary stuff, but one of the devices we got, I can't remember when, within the last year, but boy, is it really versatile. Is an air fryer.
Ah.
Great things. Yeah, they're really good for anything really. I mean, bacon, chips, anything that you'd normally grill or even fry. I mean, to be honest.
So it's pretty much just a way of doing cooking, but with less fat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yep. That's interesting. So I suspect you won't be asking me to hold back on the duck fat when you come down, Dave, for the roast potatoes. You only live once, and I aim to shorten that.
Shorten it by 5 to 10 years.
but in an enjoyable way.
Yeah. Good shot. Pardon me.
Is anyone else getting some weird sort of freezes and twitches?
Not at this end at all. So.
Yeah, the ball sort of pauses and then it races and then it pauses again.
Right. I mean, ironically enough, that
Wow.
had miss written all over it, didn't it?
No, nice part. Third day.
Uh,
Oh no!
Shit.
Wow, that set a cat among the pigeons.
Well, that was like that putt that I missed in the Green Cliffs round that I
the
sent you.
10th hole. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it did.
And the worst thing is,
it was more difficult than the putt I missed, to be honest.
Yeah, and the worst thing is when it's your rec round going out to the other three posers, you know they're all going to see that miss.
Yeah.
It just multiplies the badness of it. Oh no, that's not right.
Right, well, I did see the frame rate there going down 40 odd. Yeah, I'm seeing 42, 43.
Yeah, I've got everything set to maximum, and I suspect my machine's hesitating because it's running out of some resource or another. Who knows what? They haven't optimized something.
I'm afraid this is where my little patch comes in very useful.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's affecting my swing in any way. It hasn't. It's only been for the actual run of the ball.
Go on, hit a fairway.
I think you have.
Yeah. Oh no! Look at it.
Oh, gee, it wanted that so badly. And it's rough too. It's not even first cut. That's a bit harsh. There's no real way of getting a lot of fade on a ball from this situation.
No.
Oh, well, the other option. Do I go through that gap?
Oh, God almighty. Are you a certified lunatic?
And punch it with a bit of a draw.
Don't do it, Dave. It's impossible. I don't want to see you.
Plan.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah.
It's Baldrick quality, this plan. Don't worry about that.
Is that jacket that we were talking about handy?
Oh, no.
No, it's... Didn't it just?
I'm so unlucky.
So unlucky. I mean, you should be certified after taking on that shot.
Well, hence the straitjacket, Andy.
Yes. I can just imagine putting it on and the guy in the shop says, suits you, sir.
You should have seen the waitress in the restaurant. She couldn't believe it.
So I take it you were frog marched into the place where you...
I've just walked in and wearing it, and then people are feeding me food. You know, They're having to put food in my mouth for me and give me a sip of drink. It's fantastic. That looks great if it bites.
It's not bad.
Well, under some pressure now. Got to do some F5 wandering, boys. Oh, there's not much value going dead forward. Can't do that. I'm just looking for an escape route. Found one. That's the line. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that.
God.
Right, here we go. This is a 5-iron.
Whoa. Oh, you got it out. Think.
Good enough?
Yeah.
Right. I can get a 5 here. It's going to feel like...
You need an up and down to stop this severe hemorrhaging that I can see going on.
You didn't have to use the word hemorrhaging, Andy. It didn't... It's not helping. Right, 5 minus 8.
Good line. It's a very good line. It was nearly a miracle par.
I'll take the bogey.
Oh, my first iteration of Destiny threw up a stimp 9 green, and I thought, no. I just drew them, and I think it was something like, it was a very forward tee. Stimp 9, I thought, no, I'm not going to enjoy this. So.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to roll again.
Well, let's not forget, it is a tool.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can just choose conditions manually. So if you don't like what you see, what's the problem? It's not cheating. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose really what it does is it actually throws up, oh, I never thought of doing that combination before.
It's already done that for me a couple of times, and it picked.
No, you fool! Look at that!
And there was excitement built into it as well. Oh, should be okay, but anyone that finished this whole level with me wouldn't have felt very good. Oh,
that had miss written all over it, didn't it?
You both gave it a shot.
Well, 3 holes and we're locked like a set of Japanese sumo wrestlers. They had some great names, those wrestlers.
They do. I love watching the sumo wrestling, actually. It's really interesting, and I love it when the little guys beat the big guys. just
Yeah.
using their brains. It's fantastic.
I think one of my favourite ones was. I mean, no, it was the dump truck. He was brilliant. He was bloody huge guy. Wasn't that good? There was a wolf or something. He was good. I can't remember whether that was his name or whether it was his the English equivalent of his name.
It's not played on Australian TV at all, the sumo. Yeah. It was. The one regret I had about that, I would have loved to be front row, but that would have cost a fortune and we couldn't do it.
Oh,
We just, oh, that looks a bit tricky.
does look a bit. Doesn't look very nice at all down there. I hope it's not out of bounds.
He's gone full veinty there.
It's not giving me the post shot thing yet.
Me either. Have you rolled into some gap in the game, Dave? Yeah, the screen dropped and now nothing is happening. I think you found a crack. It's found a crack in the actual golf course and it's just rolling to China or something.
Oh,
Here we go. It doesn't sound right. Where are you?
it says distance 0 inches.
Oh,
Distance 0 inches. Carry 273. Oh. Well, I'm back on the tee, aren't I? It's transported me 273 yards, and then decided I don't like where I put you, and I think it's put me back on the tee again.
well, if it's put you back on the tee, it's actually a bit simpler. At the end of the game, we just take one off your score. Yeah. Yeah, that makes it nice and easy. But don't hit there again, Andy.
Very odd, isn't it?
Yeah. Even on Augusta, there's a crack like that on the second hole at par 5. If you go left, bad things can happen.
Right, yeah, I'm back on the tee.
Yep. All right. So perfect. Yeah, we just deduct one from your score. I'm glad you didn't do it again.
Yeah, so am I. I don't think I could have taken that.
That was a really strange thing. This time, Mayor's office.
It is. It should say, yeah, third shot. I can live with that.
Yep. All right. Nice and easy to work out.
Oh. I thought it was looking very good for a minute.
Just didn't get that backspin. Are you on fairway there, Dave? Came out low. I reckon you did great there.
Pretty decent.
Right. Oh, I feel a Baldrick quality plan coming on. Oh. Like it. No, its plan failed.
Hmm.
I'm shocked at how far off that plan was. It really felt right. Wasn't. Oh no. Yeah.
I think you were being very kind.
I had other words in mind, but
Yes, so did I do. Probably the same words you had. Oh, is he? Oh, just the
well,
pace.
again, another interesting 6-footer you've left yourself there, Andy.
Well, I need the practice on him.
Well, you're going to get it. Right. I am totally putting this.
Yeah. Oh, God almighty. Much further away. Bloody hell, I'm working up a cricket score here. Yeah.
Well, that would have been a death blow if you'd missed that
Well,
one.
that's two putts where actually the missed putt has given me a shot which was a putt which is worse than the one I just missed.
Yeah. Something Green Cliffs can easily do as well. There were some diabolical pins in round 2.
Yes, I do recall one hole where I hit the front bank of the green. It took one, and I think I was coming out of the rough as well. And I thought, oh, I've hit the bank in front of the green. It took one bounce onto the green. I thought this is just going to roll up next to the pin, which was one of those difficult pins, and it bloody spun back on me.
And there was that other one where we both hit the downslope, and I hit mine first. It hits the downslope, rolled past the pin, and then turned right and rolled about 15 yards off the green.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there fuming and swearing, and you hit the identical shot. We were about 6 inches apart, and I thought we were both fuming and swearing as we played. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's a tough recover. Oh, this feels really good. Yeah, well, liked a bit more of a bounce, but that'll do.
Good shot. 128 carry. Oh, no, it's got to be that club. It's got to be the pitching wedge. Oh. Did you hit the pitching wedge, both of you? Yeah,
I had the chop down on the 146 because I got rid of the pitch.
Ah.
Mine was perfect with more strength.
Okay, 31 feet. Ah, that's another one of those putts. Bloody hell.
Oh, it started off so nice, this putt, and then it gets vicious towards the end. Just take a guess. Turn.
Oh, well done. That's two nice putts on the trot.
Mm.
I thought that was going off.
It darted right immediately, but then straight somehow. It was looking bad after 2 inches.
Was.
Oh, that's a dodgy hole, that one. That is 3-putt territory, that hole. Right.
Dodgy with a capital D.
Yes, indeed. Dodge City. I'm going to try and put a fade on this. Not my favourite shot. Okay. No, genuine par 5 today.
Well, I think I've got to pull my socks up here. The leaked shots are a thing of the past. He says. Oh, God. I don't like that where that's going.
Oh, it's the shortest line, but not optimal.
No. It is not what you call an Optimus Prime drive.
No. I don't think even I could find a gap through that there, Andy.
I do enjoy the Transformers films. They sound absolutely great on my sound setup. Stuff crashing all over the place.
Yeah, they are pretty. They're pretty much cartoon entertainment in their own way.
Mhm.
But they're fine. I like in Truck Simulator how someone made the Optimus Prime truck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a game I haven't played for a long time.
Me either, but I'm really getting back into Train Simulator because it works perfectly sitting in my lounge chair on the big TV. Great.
Well, I'll tell you what I've been getting into the last 3 or 4 days. Oh, that was a pity.
Oh, wow.
Thought I'd got, but I noticed that Dirt Rally 2.0, the Game of the Year edition, was on sale. So I've got Dirt Rally, so I've been. I'm not going to get the Dirt Rally 2.0 Game of the Year edition, but I'm going to get it in a few months' time over Christmas. So in the meantime, I've been getting used to Dirt Rally again, and it's been very absorbing.
It's white knuckle stuff, the rally games. It's just constant stress.
Bit like this game.
That looks gorgeous, Andy. That gets the right bounce.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really great from where you were. Fantastic.
Left it under the hole as well.
Giving yourself a huge chance for birdie.
It could be the thing that kickstarts my game.
Well, after 2 less than optimal shots, it's a pretty good position to be in. It also looks pretty good if it bites.
It does. It has.
Right, 56. Take it easy.
Oh. Very
tough. Dave, I had Lenny in for a send-off, and I'm just getting rid of the tail end of it. He's actually going okay. He's going better than Steve, and that's normally not the case. Not these days, no. His company got bought out by another one, and they're just waiting for the wave of redundancies and sackings. They haven't started yet. It's like, Damocles' sword hanging over his head. And I fear for what might happen. Oh. Batch job.
They're just pounding his way to another green jacket, the golden jacket.
Right.
Well, considering where you were on that hole where you tried to find the gap that well, it was there, but you were unsuccessful in. Where the hell's that gone?
I'm not sure what happened. It's bouncing out. Oh. I tell you what.
I mean, you should have been 30 or 40 yards with about a dozen trees to.
I'll accept any comment with the word disgrace in it.
Yeah. Boy, you were absolutely dead and buried there, Dave.
I know.
That's where you should have been.
How far that's gone down.
Well, the trouble is, that's
and that is
50 yards.
It's a super awkward shot. You haven't got much green to play with.
Well, I just wonder whether you hit the 3 wood there. I think you have, which means I'm going to belt it.
He's either going to hit the driver or a 7 wood. It's one or the other. He's gone the driver, I think. You've both got super awkward shots.
Yeah.
We've all got super awkward shots.
Yeah, I needed to hit the fairway there and get within 30 yards. I didn't do it.
So the only way to get this close is to land it on the upslope of that rough after the bunker, and then it'll bounce up in the air and land softly. Just so you don't think it's a fluke. Oh, I've gone long. Bye-bye. Off the green you go.
It's still going.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
not
go.
great. That'll teach me to be a smart ass.
Well, I think it was what would have been really clever would have been to sort of hit these the bunkering or the surround of the bunkering on the right hand slide and just slingshot it around.
Dave's done it.
Oh,
Oh, 6 inches shorter, and you'd done what I called. Yeah, that's to me.
right. Well, I'm rubbing my hands here, boys.
Well, this could be for Rhymes, Dave.
That's just needs one shot, decent shot, and I'm back into it. Okay, 31 yards. Ah!
No.
No.
He had the idea.
Nice.
Not a tap in.
Actually, these greens have got just enough break and borrow to make you work for anything well above 5 feet, I would say.
Yeah, there's no silly swales, but they're just not flat.
Yeah.
Again, that'll be another putt. And you're going to give me the line, Andy. Like that. Oh. Well, every now and then you sit there and wait when it's your golfer on the tee. I know you've done it. We've all done it.
Oh.
I do it.
Right, and the pair of you.
Three of us. Andy's going to get the real good read.
Yeah. I'm between the pair of you. I think this is going to.
You put it there deliberately, Dave.
Well played.
Nice. Oh, come on.
Well, that's given me a lot of information, the pair of you. And that was right in the middle.
Wow, this one's got a heap of break. I would not have wanted that to be 3 feet. I'd have been frightened that it would miss.
Did you manage to easily get a wind in your round that you played against me, which was similar to the one that I played, Dave?
We drew.
Sorry?
We had a great draw.
No, I meant, did you get the same wind?
Oh, yeah. No, I got it first go.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that was my bad. I've submitted an email to Mark Holiday about setting up a tour for us. So Hopefully for the next one that'll be in place and all this will go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't in the online tour. So I'm guessing probably not. That might be an issue, actually.
Ooh.
Because to be honest, I'd rather just restart the game 3 times and to get the wind right. And the recorded round is the big thing. It's kind of the connection for the whole thing.
Yeah. That is a good point.
God, imagine if we'd set up the POS tour, if we'd actually got the API working and then decided it was worse than what we currently have. It's possible. Why didn't any of us think of that? Yeah, well, I know we can't play against each other's recorded rounds when we're in an online tourney.
I like this. Yeah, happy with that. I know you can play with somebody else at the same time.
Yeah, that you can do. Yes.
So we know that, but yeah, Well, I guess the way to find out will be when I play my next well, I don't think you get the oh, that's a great shot. Oh, I don't think you get the post setup menu when you press the tournament thing. I think it just sort of says, yeah, you've either got it or you haven't.
Yeah, I know we tried in the past to try and add a recorded round and we could never do it.
But maybe that's because they've deliberately set some marker or something on the tournament page setup, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, we've certainly got access to him, so we can ask him and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Right. 38.5, 38. Well, it was reasonable for pace. It's about the anything. It's just such a pity that that bloody arsehole Mogul Basher didn't give us.
He didn't give us the time of day in the end. I mean, when I just sent him that email saying, look, we're trying everything. Our code looks the same as Mark's. Can I just confirm the name of our tour? It took him a week to answer, and he just goes, the POS tour. That's all he put, the name of the tour. You couldn't get a more emphatic, don't bother me again. I'm not interested. So I didn't even say thanks. I just didn't reply. I couldn't bring myself to say thanks to that shit.
Yeah, that was a great birdie.
Yeah, that was a bit like stealing one.
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I think it was the result of a good tee shot. And
it was, but it wasn't really a birdie hole.
No, I mean, I was pleased with my tee shot. I was 40 feet away. Hmm. Okay, right. What the hell am I doing here? What the bloody hell am I doing? I think that would be okay.
It's perfect.
And that's the tiger line. Good shot.
Right.
Well, that's a pity.
That is one hard pin to get at. I don't think I could hit that much better.
Yeah, he seemed to take a big bounce. Oh.
Yeah, it's like land in the rough, go backwards, land on the green, go forwards. It's about as good as
Unfortunately, 5 yards past the pin, it goes downhill anyway. So
it's just a diabolical pin. Mm.
well, I've come to a conclusion about chipping, and I will tell you after. And he's played it right. Chips are affected more by the slope than we think they are.
They are.
So,
Big time.
so anything uphill, you know, when you were 22 inches or whatever, it almost played like a 60 or 70 feet chip. Now mine, although it says 8 inches above, it's going downhill very quickly. So I've got to be careful with this. It doesn't go away from me. It might be a little flop. Come on. That'll do. And I think the same thing happens with the pitches as well. If you pitch to a downhill thing, you get back. Oh.
Oh, Dave. The game hates you. That's right.
It despises you, Dave.
It's only a week or two till you can come down here and just wash away all these thoughts, Dave, with alcohol.
What are you going to do?
I don't like the sound of this.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
But here's another thing I've got to ask you. When are your days that you're intending going down there? Right.
Yeah, because Dave's working Monday to Friday at the moment, so that narrows down the options.
Oh, bollocks. Yay, that'll
That's
do.
a pretty good bounce, Andy.
It is. Considering where it was heading off towards. God, I'm way short. Look at that. You boys are in the... God, he's 5 shots ahead of us with 9 holes left. What a...
Yeah, I've just been quietly achieving without really saying anything.
Ooh. Okay, right. Please be right. It is right.
That's gorgeous, Andy.
Well, I've pulled a couple of 5-woods out of my backside today.
Wow, look how bad
Stay
that
there.
Have a look at that. That's harsh.
Now I'm happy that...
My only problem, Dave, Andy snatched the jacket off me on Friday, so I can't get the Triple Crown.
Yeah, trying to think where we played. French Lick.
Yeah. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, just to rub salt into the wounds, Dave had a couple of nasty holes on the front 9, and it just gave me a 3 or 4 shot sort of lead sort of fairly early on, and I think you got it back to 2 at the end, but I never felt as though I was in danger of being overtaken.
Well, the way I would describe it, Dave, I was yapping at his ankles and I just couldn't get anywhere. Yeah, I was like a little ineffectual dog. I just couldn't get there.
Yeah, I knew you were really... I know, he's on bloody fire.
Yeah, my chipping's good at the moment.
32-17, okay. Oh, this is a nasty one. If I'm slightly too hard with this, I'm going to go off the bloody green. 32-17, I'm tempted to flop this, you know. It just feels like a wimp's way of doing it. Come on, trust yourself. Make an absolute arse of it. Like that. No. Oh, God, that's right. I thought it was going to go all the way off the green there. So, Dave, have you been playing Train Sim World or just Train Simulator?
Train Simulator, it's miles better than Train Sim World. I don't care about the graphics. I care about, the interest of the scenarios and all the stuff that's going on. So I'm not going to Train Sim World at all. And those, I think his name is Be Silent or something like that. I sent you a link to one of his activities, and he loves doing a series of 5 or 6 activities, and it's like a whole day for the worker, and they're fantastic. I just did his Wood Headline series, and there's seven in it, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was so entertaining. And now I'm just going to move on to his Weardale line. I'm going to buy that in about 3 days when the Halloween sale starts and it's half price.
Right.
Oh my God. It's almost like God's on my side, Dave. We do know that's not the case.
I think we're pretty certain he's.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's in my camp, Dave.
$5.72.
I just got a reply from Mark Halliday. He's happy to set up a tour. He just wants a little bit of detail about how many rounds for each tourney, etc. So I'll just give him all that stuff. We'll give it a try, see what happens. Yeah. Well, the one big thing it will give is we all play the same conditions exactly. But if we have to forego the recorded round, I'm not sure it's worth it.
My driving has been pretty poor today. That club's been working well. 5 wood.
Was last week Revere Ridge? Is that where we played?
Yes.
Yeah, with those vicious bunkers and quite the entertaining course. I liked it. Yeah. That's about as good as you could have hoped for. I feel like I'm in form.
Well, if you keep up this, Dave, you'll find that nobody will want to play with you on Monday. That would be the ultimate.
Well, I've had that accusation hurled at me before, Dave.
Right, now, come on. Oh, Christ. Oh, get off it. Oh. Yeah.
If I sense anything here, it's a coalition forming against me.
You're very perceptive.
It's like Survivor.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not like Love Island.
Oh, that's not good either.
Oh.
I mean, what we're experiencing, you and I, Dave, is a well-known phenomenon in this particular game of Link. and that is, we don't seem to be able to get the ball close on our approaches, and it's putting, and the fact that Dave is and holding putts is just putting the rest of our short games under intolerable pressure. I don't think I can stand it anymore. And this is not an easy putt. I'm just going to... Come on, come on. Yes!
Yeah, that's a nice putt, Andy.
No, no.
So we had our first day for a month, Andy, where 0 COVID cases.
Wow.
Oh, you with me? Yeah,
Well,
so
I'm afraid
everything's opening up tomorrow.
Well, I'm afraid in the UK now, the new norm is 20,000 cases per day. Anything below that is good, and anything above that is I mean, we're going to start hitting above the 30,000 before too long, I think.
Yeah, I saw in America today one of the press people for Trump just said, we're not going to try and contain the virus, we're just going to let it run, and we're just going to try and mitigate. You know, we can't stop it, so we're just going to let it go. I think actually that comment being official might cost them the election. I hope so.
Well, you just don't know, because I think that viewpoint is actually gaining momentum. Oh, that's a great drive there.
Yeah, the problem is so many people are getting so tired of saying, you know, you can't open, you have to wear a mask. Everyone's just getting sick of it. They're just going, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really interesting next year all around the world. Every country's going to deal with it differently. And
I missed another bloody fairway.
Have you? No, you have. Yeah.
And the only saving grace is I opened up the green a bit, but
yeah, it's not a disaster.
And I think the viewpoint of some is the perceived restrictions that people are being asked to follow. They're perceiving it as being worse than the actual disease. But I think it's all very well until you actually get the disease, in which case you will know about it, unless you're one of those fortunate people who are asymptomatic.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like sort of Russian roulette with your health.
It
Because
is.
I don't get it. I really don't.
And you can bet every single person that's lost a relative or a loved one to the disease, they take it seriously, and it upsets them to hear people say, "Oh, it's corona's a lie. It's not real." You can imagine how that must feel for them. Awful.
There's definitely a huge swathe of people who are in total denial about the seriousness of it. I mean, you can just sort of see how people treat the restrictions and what you can do and what you can't do. I mean,
there was a YouTuber who had several million followers, and he was making good money, and he was just saying, "Oh, COVID is not true. It's bullshit." And he died of it about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And before he died, he goes, well, one of his last posts was, "It is real." And then he died. So he took one for the team, but I hope his followers listened.
Well, Carol and I have come to the conclusion that actually the biggest hoax was Donald Trump ever having the bloody thing, because when I think back to what happened with Boris Johnson, he looked ill when he got it. He really did. I mean, there was almost a suggestion that at one point he was in real trouble, but I never got that impression with Trump at all. I mean, maybe he was lucky and he got it without having any of the symptoms, but you would have thought his sort of lifestyle and so on. Oh, no.
Yeah. The saddest thing about that commentary you just made, Andy, is that, we're all sitting here accepting that it could be true that they just made it up. 20 years ago, you wouldn't believe, the President of the United States would lie about something so blatantly, and now you do. Yeah. Yeah. And then I've got it and I've defeated it so easily. Look how strong I am. Yeah, and he goes, "Corona's not a problem. Just ignore it. It's fine."
Right. 27-2. Oh no! Come on!
Oh, how did that miss?
That had the middle of the hole written
over the hole.
All over it.
That was harsh, Andy.
I'm pretty in acceptance mode here.
Is it like the Stockholm syndrome or something?
Yeah, it's almost a bit like a pupil being sent to the headmaster's study, and you know that you're going to get a good caning any minute. You just accept that's what's going to happen to you.
Well, it was a funny thing, Dave. Like on Friday, when I played Andy, I also had German milk, and I'd started drinking early because I had a slab, and I wanted to get rid of it because Lenny was coming in, and I thought, yep. And by the time I started with Andy, I was on number 4. By the end of the game, I was on number 6. It didn't end well, but I'm not blaming the German milk at all. It's just one of those things. But tonight, a little less, and it's like an enhancer as opposed to
I can see where this is going to go, Dave. He's going to start telling us that if he still drove a car, then I'm okay to drive with 3 or 4 pints under my belt. But if I get to a gallon, then maybe my senses might become impaired a little.
Yeah. But officer, I drive best with 4 German milks in me. That's my peak performance. 8's no good, but 4 is perfect. Oh my God. Yeah. So when I was a baby, when I was 18 and I just got my license, we had all these O5 ads here, and they go, you can only have 5 glasses of beer in an hour. And what the ad was actually saying was it was 5 glasses, 170 ml glasses in an hour, and then after that you had to go to 1 glass an hour. But somehow I interpreted that to be 5 glasses an hour every hour was okay. And so I used to drive. Literally, I had to shut one eye so I could see the road.
Oh God!
It's a miracle I never had an accident, never hurt anyone. And eventually I worked it out and changed my strategy. But yeah, for a year or so, it was so lucky.
Another one of those putts. Christ almighty, I've had a few.
There's not a giant swale on any of them, but they're all slightly tricky.
Oh, dude. Just, I think. Well, I tell you what you should do, Dave. I mean, you're in a position to do this. You just sort of say, I'm sorry, but after the treatment that Andy and I have received today, I'm not coming down to see you. Withdraw his privileges or something.
I do. Well, what's going to happen, Dave?
Look at that.
You're going to make me stay up till like past midnight or something? Oh my God. I'll never make it. Just go unconscious on you. Well, that's another subject Andy's not familiar with, and probably for the best.
Oh, God.
Well, let's just summarise it as poor decision making.
Oh, God. Well, it's a rout. That's what it is. Good. You're starting to feel sorry for us.
Oh, here's your chance to pounce, Dave.
It is.
It is. Perfect.
And the only problem is how close. 68 yards. It is a sneaky distance. Oh, God. Oh,
That's a tight line, Andy.
Bloody useless line. Oh, God, I'm going to replay. That's it. I've formally thrown in the towel. I did it the 3-wood on deliberately there, but and now the thing goes right on me. Oh, this is awful. Oh, God Almighty!
Even I don't see a gap there. He's found a gap.
I'm going for it. And do you know why I'm going for it? I'm going to use
on principle is the answer.
Look at that.
Oh, you found it.
Because I can.
Beautiful. Nicely done. Nice. Right, what do I got here?
I was playing better at French Lick. That was only 2 days ago, Dave. 2 bloody days. And after a weekend of playing dirt rally, I've forgotten how to drive at golf. Seemingly, I can throw the bloody car around a hairpin bend, all right, but I can't drive it on the bloody fairway. I've got a feeling my fairway's hit is going to be below 30%. Well, it could have been worse. You could have plugged in the bunker. I mean, that's the... Go on. I've got a new name for you, Dave. Do you want to hear it?
I'm not sure. Do I?
Well, it's either it might be Ming the Merciless, or the another. Look at this! Look at this! Oh, good putt.
Yeah, Paul McKendry's called Ming Lee. So, Ming's taken. You can't call him Ming. Oh, nice, Dave. Quite a few have gone in that weren't convincing, though.
That was convincing, though.
Oh, my nickname at high school, Andy, was Moose, because my nostrils would flare when I got excited.
And are you excited now?
I'm kind of.
Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am. I'm having a pretty good time.
Yeah, bloody hell. I've collapsed.
Right, 178. Door. This is a perfect 170 club.
Well, have you got the perfect 170 club?
I did not used to, but I got rid of the 134 club and took the 170, and now I've discovered it's a 159.
Oh, I don't know. 176 carry. Yes, you're probably right.
that's the 159. It looks good too.
And it does look good.
It is good. Dave sounds pretty confident. Yeah.
Oh my God. Shit.
What?
Oh my God. I just had a look at my fairways hit. It's not pretty. I knew I hadn't driven well tonight. It is shocking. Truly shocking. And yet it doesn't feel that tight, the course. Oh. Well, that's
Look at
another
that.
decent.
2 159s identical.
Yeah. I'm fully expecting this to go in, Dave. Don't
Come on,
disappoint
it's impossible, Andy. Well, that's probably my worst chip all night.
Yeah.
I lunged at it. In the end, I knew I'd done it wrong.
That's a good word, blunt.
I've belted this too. That's no good. Yeah.
Well, at least it hit the hole.
It had to hit the hole. What's it, 20 feet past.
Oh, you pig. Yeah, I'm just waving the putter at the ball now. Good.
Nice putt, Dave. So what's happening around your area, Andrew? Is the numbers going up, down, sideways?
Specifically where I live, I mean they've gone down slightly over the last week, but it's still stonkingly high compared to what they have been in months gone by. In my local town, it's only 15. It's about 15,000 ish, plus another say 5,000 in the neighbouring town, so maybe 20,000. And I look at the three areas which cover our our two towns, as it were, and it's been sort of. I was starting to show interest when it was getting 20, then 30, and it's gone up to 64, 65.
Yeah.
But compared to the rest of the country, it's quite reasonable, which is shocking. But
yeah.
I mean, I remember when it all kicked off, we kind of got into worry mode. If there were just half a dozen cases in the entire northeast, and now we're getting 60 just within a 3-mile radius almost.
So, Dave, so you're saying there's 20,000 people or so in the region that you're talking about where there's 60 cases?
Yeah.
Dave, how big is Ballarat? And how many cases do you have? Wow.
Well, one thing for sure, I think I've just doubled my fairways hit percentage. So
well, Andy,
I was on 10% fairways hit.
at the risk of being insulting, that was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. No, I want you to insult me because I'm insulting myself.
Well,
I feel as though I deserve to be insulted.
no, it's also a spur, Andy. You got to remember that and use it next time. Right. This is a perfect 120 club if I punch it. Oh, just
Pretty good to me. And I think you've left it nicely uphill. Okay. Have I had any bloody birdies on this?
not many.
No birdies on there. I had a birdie on the first hole, and haven't had one since. This is shocking. This absolutely disgraceful. All right. Well, I'm not going to take that club. That could be good. No, get away. Go on.
It's not bad, Andy. Don't be that harsh.
Yeah, I know for a fact that even though it's 26 feet away, if I was confident, I'd be thinking, well, you know, it's a par, an outside chance for a birdie. Today, I've got no chance. That's where my confidence level is at.
Yeah.
Well, I could see your thinking there. It was worth a try. It would have been very nice if it had just gone on a little bit further. There was. Did either of you follow the Tour of Italy? Cycling.
No.
Well, it ended up, Dave, that the two people who were first and second, they were tied on time after the penultimate stage. So they then had the very last stage, which was a time trial, and whoever won the time, whoever went round faster won the Giro. So it was actually a British guy.
Wow. Because normally that last stage, I know in the Tour de France, it's almost like a parade to the finish where they just wave to the crowd.
But this one wasn't. It was so the British guy was tied on time, same number of seconds, but the other guy was given the pink jersey, and the British guy won it quite handsomely in the end.
Sorry, which one won?
The British guy, Tao Geoghegan Hart. The other guy was an Australian called Jai Hindley.
Well, I guess it shows how much you know about cycling that I've never heard that name.
But the guy, one of the commentators, said that there'd been absolutely no coverage because I think he comes from Western Australia. Yeah. He'd seen the papers in Australia, and it was wall to wall about the Australian rules. Did you have a final there this weekend or something?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So all the coverage was about that, and there was nothing on the fact that this guy was now leading the Giro. Oh!
No. so harsh. Yeah, that's pretty rough, really. But it, we are a bit myopic when it comes to the grand final. We just look at that and nothing else.
So who won it?
Richmond won it, and I was barracking for Richmond, and I decided just to watch the second half. So Richmond went down at half time by a goal or a bit, and then they just went bang, 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 and they absolutely smashed Geelong in the second half and won quite comfortably in the end. But it still felt like even at 15 minutes to go, Geelong could still have won, but Richmond just slammed on some late goals and closed the deal. But it was really enjoyable, actually. But it's the first time ever that the grand final hasn't been held at the MCG in Victoria, and it was all because of Corona. So it was a kind of a weird thing, and also it was the first ever night grand final. And that made them a lot more money because they could show it overseas during more one time. So I guess in one way, Corona gave them an excuse to bring that experiment forward. Unfortunately, my team and Dave's team, we're like the bottom feeders of the league. We're no good. I barrack for Melbourne. He barracks for North Melbourne, and neither of us are any good.
Right.
Well, no, I have to mention, Dave, that we did win a grand final in 1964, so we're still riding on that. It's only 50. It's only 50-something years. I mean, you're allowed to coast for a while, but hopefully we'll lift our game soon. One more club, Dave. That would have been gorgeous.
Well, I've got the same problem probably that you have, and I just can't get over that bunker. So I'm gonna try that club. No, that's too much. Go on, get in the water. You might as well. Oh, fucking hell. Look at it.
No.
Oh, I'm going to have a laugh and have as it lies, no penalty.
So, Andy, we're not going to let you escape. Dave and I have just bared our souls and admitted our bad teams. Who do you barrack for in soccer?
Well, I suppose if I follow any team, it would have been the team where I did actually spend some time watching them in the early days. They weren't even in the first division as it was then. I think they got to the second division for a few years, way back in the 20 or 30 years ago, but now they're languishing in the equivalent of Division 3. Shrewsbury Town is 10 miles away from where I lived.
Well, sadly, I've never heard of Shrewsbury Town.
Well, I'm quite happy to direct you to their website, where you can buy a Shrewsbury mug. I'm sure they'll send it to Melbourne for. Oh, that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure your direction to Shrewsbury will make my life better. So I appreciate that, Andy. But it can't be easy to get from third division back to first. That's what I'm thinking. Is it like there's no chance they can do it, or is it possible? Or
well, the trouble is, I mean, the third division sides, most of their grounds are sort of maybe 10,000 max,
yeah,
15,000 maybe, but the big sort of sides of 50,000.
They can't afford to buy anyone good.
They just haven't got the money. There's no money in it for the teams like Shrewsbury Town. There just isn't. So they can't get the best players. They can't even buy the best kit.
Yeah, it's I guess it's tilting more and more against anyone that's the shot. Oh,
oh, we got to see that one.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's the way to do a par 5, isn't it?
It is. It's giving you the
Hacking
shit
around
view.
twice in the bushes. At least one good thing about us, me sort of starting at what feels. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh, it is. Bloody hell! Good. it's always a bit of a bit of pill that when. Did you get a par there or a birdie, Dave?
I got a birdie, and not only that, I got the shit view on the putt as well. You know, that high up view. Thank you. Oh, look at the gap. I see a gap. I'm going to take it.
You've got a gap. I can see a gap, Dave. You've got to go. Well, I'm actually aiming for that point, but I suspect I'll probably get a draw. Yeah, of course I get a draw.
Andy, who's never drawn in his life. It's perfect. Maybe the accidental draw is the thing, Andy. Oh my God, that looks tricky.
You know, your hand-eye coordination isn't quite as sharp as it could be when instead of hitting the continue button, you hit the save shot.
At least you didn't hit re-hit shot. I think Dave sees a gap.
He's going for it.
Oh no. Fine, I'll show you how to get through a gap, Dave.
I think you should just keep trying these shots until you succeed. Oh, it's all working for you, isn't it? Good shot. Get on the green. No. Oh, I wanted to see a 40-yard. Oh, God. Right. 6. 6 148. 148. It can't be that. I just wish the wind would just veer a little bit. If I take a 9-iron, this is going to be too big. I don't think I can feather it. Well, I've tried to. I don't know whether I've succeeded now. Of course not. Look at it. Miserable. Fucking miserable. Look at it. 53 feet away with a bloody 9-iron in my hand. Yeah, I think there's only one thing to do, given the circumstance of today's thrashing, and that's to maybe carry out a job I don't particularly want to do. And one of those jobs is cleaning the patio. It's showing the signs of being a bit mucky and grotty, and it needs sort of a slight amount of algae cleaning off it as well.
I'm not sure, Andy, but it feels like you're drawing a long bow to connect the patio to your golf play. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not sure.
I'm looking for salvation, and I don't feel as though I'm going to get it today.
So did you see Ivy the other day?
Well, yeah, we did. It was we were only there for an hour and a half because with our restrictions, we're only allowed, unless you want to run the risk of being fined by a community policeman walking around, but we are at the moment allowed to meet up in somebody else's garden or outdoor spaces. So we went there, and within a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, it started pissing down with rain. We had brollies, but it wasn't a.
But if you'd gone inside, how could anyone have possibly detected what was happening?
Well, this is the thing. But as I said to Carol, it's sort of, if you start going inside for 5 or 10 minutes, you might as well think, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well go do it big time. I mean, yeah, like you say, I mean, it'd be very unlucky for somebody to just happen to, hello, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird thing, isn't it? It's almost, working its way towards 1984, and everyone's watching everyone else. I don't like the vibe of it all. Governments are going to take advantage of this to get extra powers, sure. Well, I guarantee when he asks for a renewal of the emergency powers, there's no way the Libs will give it to him next time. Because eventually it's going to become an election issue. And that'll be happening all around the world. There'll be new parties emerging that go, Corona's bullshit, vote for us, freedom. It's going to be it's going to be dodgy ass.
Well, I think that certainly in this country, the Labour Party will have such a field day with bringing up all the sort of grievances that have happened as a result of Corona,
Yeah.
from a health issue, a farcical test and trace, the public finances going down the toilet.
Yeah, and the economy in general, all that.
It's even getting to the point of view that the latest sort of thing that's really coming is kids being fed. For fuck's sake. At the moment, I mean, I say a lot of kids, but there's so many million kids who are entitled to free school meals.
Yeah.
Right now, in the past, what's happened is, that they've got free school meals, and when they had the holidays and that, nobody sort of batted an eyelid. But of course, the biggest thing now has been people want the free meals to continue during their holidays as well. So that's become a real sort of issue in the papers. And I'm thinking, a year ago, this just wasn't important, but all of a sudden it's, and this is another one of these long line of social policies which the opposition are just going to beat the present government about. And they're having to either come over as being very miserly for not doing it, or they're going to be accused of yet another U-turn. So they're in a no-win situation.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think when the next election comes, I think just let the other bloody party have a go at it, because they may find that life is not quite as easy as it is on the opposition benches.
Yeah, it's easy to abuse the people in power and go, you're doing a shit job, blah, blah, blah. And every single opposition party in the world is doing exactly that right now. And I can just see a whole bunch of literally whoever's in power is going to not be in power after the next election.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Daniel Andrews, he's trying his hardest to do the right thing by the state. And, he's not an evil man, but everyone hates him.
Yeah. I've seen the caricatures.
Yeah. It's building in people, Dave, because everything is magnified because you're not living your normal life. It's all in this bubble, and so however it's like being in prison where where anything slightly goes badly wrong, it's magnified 100 times because there's no other interaction. It's kind of like
yeah.
I don't know when the next Victorian election is, but I would hate to be Labor. I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may have, but yeah, they're not going to get rewarded for it at all. Yeah, and ironically, where Andy is, Johnson has done the exact opposite, and he's going to get shit canned for that.
Yeah, he definitely is.
You can't win. It doesn't matter what you do. Everyone thinks, what's happened is bad. Let's vote out who did this.
Well,
yeah, and I think I mentioned to Andy the other day, our death rate in Australia is far less than it was 12 months ago, because we're having less old people die of influenza and colds and things like